Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Yong. So today the classes is talk about LHDN e-invoicing Malaysia. So let me start the class. Is about what is our contents in these classes. Is about here we got the 12th chapter about the LHDN e-invoicing Malaysia. So let's we go to the next slide. So e-invoicing actually is a government to implement the one uh, e-invoicing system to digitalize our business. It means you need to convert your normal invoice to the e-invoicing. Then this e-invoice will send to the LHDN, the server. After the LHDN, the server to validate your invoice, so it will send back to you. This is we call e-invoicing. Okay. So this is the invoice content. What is the information? Normally is your supplier, buyer detail, item description, quantity, price, or tax, any information related to your invoice lah. So what is the benefit of this e-invoicing? Basically, is to reduce the manual effort, the human mistake, to digitalize your business. Basically, is government intention want you to submit this invoice to them actually for the tax filing lah. It means let's say you already send your invoice to the LHDN, so basically they will collect all your data like your revenue, your expenses, your purchase of the invoice. So they will everything will be set in their server. So what if they come to the audit? They basically they got some figure in their server. So let's say example, this year you submit your income tax company, your company income tax to this LHDN. So basically, LHDN can print the report from this e-invoicing server. So to compare your submission of your income tax. So this is one of the reason lah. So basically, it's the government to try to digitalize our business in Malaysia. It means the digital. You see, every time we talk about digitalize, in this company or what like e-commerce website basically e-invoicing also one of the project lah. So how is the e-invoicing processing like? First, here got the 6 step lah. So later on we will go to the slide by slide. I already make a few slides to explain in detail lah. So basically it's a issue invoice first, then this invoice sent to the LHDN. Saying validated already, then they will send you notification. Then you can share this invoice to your buyer, I mean your customer. So number 5, it means you can do any rejection and cancellation. Then later on is you go to the government, the system they call my invoice portal lah. So you can see, you can retrieve any data, I mean for the reporting purpose. This one later on we will discuss more detail. So when you implement the e-invoicing, basically you will face two scenarios. One scenario is when your customer request for this e-invoice. So will be scenario 1 is yes. Second scenario is maybe the buyer don't want to request the e-invoice. Later on I will give you the example lah. So let's say normally the scenario 1, like I sell the auto car to you. So basically I will issue the invoice. Nowadays we call normal invoice. So once I implement the invoice, I give you the invoice will come with the QR code. So the buyer can scan this QR code to check is it this invoice validated by the LHDN. So this is scenario 1. Scenario 2 is buyer you wouldn't request the invoice, like you go to the restaurant, you go to the mini market, supermarket, you wouldn't ask for you won't give their company detail or what to issue the invoice. They just give you the receipt, right? So that's in the invoicing we call consolidated lah. So we will discuss later about this consolidated invoice, how it look like. Okay. So basically, government got proposed two methods to do this e-invoice submission. So basically got one is a manual, lah, another one is the auto. Manual we call is a my invoice portal. It means you once you issue invoice, you can log into the government my invoice portal. So to key in your invoice one by one. So this is a free. So secondly is a API. So their LHDN ID department have give to design, I mean to open the one facility we call API. Actually is the one system, one module to link your system with their my invoice portal so that you can direct submit your invoice to their server. That's we call API lah. But definitely this one is not free lah. So because you were going to invest the accounting system like AutoCal, UBS, SQL accounting, right? So they will use their programmer will develop the API to link to this government server. Then you can implement your invoice automation, not like the manually in this my invoice portal. So when I need to implement this invoicing, basically we will split to the government split to the three phase, phase one, phase two, phase three. So phase one we're going to implement is coming soon the August this year. So who will be implement this phase one will be your turnover of your 2022 based on your 2022. So if your turnover more than 100 million, so you're going to implement this coming August. Secondly is the second phase is this 25 million to 100 million. So we going to implement is next year, 1st of January 2025. So below to 25 million, so will be everyone below. So it won't have the one limit or gap. So it will start in this 1st July 2025. So you need to know to go to study your company or go to see check your turnover in this 2022, see your company is belong to which phase. So then you can start to planning how you going to prepare. Are you going to use the my invoice portal or you want to use the API, or is it your system need to upgrade or not? Then and then you also need to try to you definitely you going to change your business operation in the issuing the invoice, because this one is will be issue invoice then submit to the government. It is a real time. Then e-invoice, what kind of the file format will be submitted to this LHDN server? Basically, LHDN's IT there, the My Invoice portal, they support two formats. One is a XML, one is a JSON. I believe the most of the programmer in the Malaysia, the famous file format is using XML. So like AutoCal, they also have the XML module to export import for the other system. So I believe the AutoCal will using the XML. So a lot of the customer that misunderstand is the e-invoice is like the PDF file. Like, is it I print the invoice, I don't want to change the system, then I convert to PDF or Excel file, I submit to the government. No, it cannot be. So because the government, their server, my invoice portal server, they only can support that the two format called XML and the JSON. So take note on that. Then what kind of the transaction of business we're going to implement this e-invoice? Basically, it's very easy. Just as long as you conducting or undertaking any business or commercial activity in the Malaysia, so basically you need to implement e-invoice. So either is you in the phase one, phase two, or phase three. So mostly in the Malaysia, the business type we have the B2B, B2C, B2G. So there is the most common business type in Malaysia. Then this invoice is issuing is what what kind of the detail in mean type of the income, type of the expenses. You see, you issue invoice, so your invoice will be your income, right? So you receive the purchase invoice from this supplier is your purchase or some the claim, okay, some of the expenses are stationery, that is we call as expenses lah. So in this e-invoice, what type of the e-invoice in this government basically is the three document will be, I believe most of you is already familiar because we also going to be using now like invoice, credit note, and debit note. But you will notice that in their guideline, you will see they got one invoice type you call refund note. So if you refer to their guideline, the refund note, something like you want to refund the money is something like the credit note table, but it's a direct refund the money to this buyer, meaning your customer. So example, I believe this refund note for the cash sales. You see, normally our business for how it's look like. Usually we issue invoice. Let's say the customer return good to us, right? Then we will issue the credit note. Then this credit note can settle your next invoice. If the customer say I don't want, you refund money to us. So you will issue the payment voucher to refund to them. This is the accounting concept. But if you go for the refund note, they're gonna also mention like uh this way. But I feel that this refund note is for cash sales or cash receipt lah. Like you go to the restaurant, go to this mini market. So if let's say you go to restaurant, let's say the boss accidentally charge you five rice bowl, then you say I only take four only four rice only So one then the boss say okay I return let's say one rice one bowl rice is 1 ringgit. I return one so that is a refund note So I believe is a refund note for the cash receipt Okay, but you go to their guideline, they also mention can the refund based on the invoice. So okay, so it means I want to tell you is the to handle the accounting double entry so it won't like you we should be the because if you refund note it will be credit cash then debit customer or debit cash. So if cash sell should be debit cash right? But if you debit sales, so how going to refund okay, because you see invoice sales entry, credit note is a sales return entry. After that, I make the payment refund to my customer. That is a payment voucher entry Okay, so just think on that But in I believe most of the system they're not ready for this transition. Most of the system don't have the refund number, right? We only have the CN and the payment voucher. So this one see let's say AutoCount, UBS, how they are going to enhance the system this for this refund note. So when you look for their guideline, they will list out what kind of the person or business going to implement the invoice. Usually I teach my customer no need to refer what kind of the business or person is need to implement something. So normally I should away go to the exemption list. So if you are the person or the business is not under this exemption, basically you need to implement the invoice. So I believe the most uh famous we know that is the government. So government is no need to implement the invoice. But then on the red box there, if you supply the good and service to this kind of the but exempted person, you still need to issue invoice. So there is a then inside this invoice, we have our income and expenses detail, right? So also have a few type of the income expenses you no need to issue invoice. So I believe here the listing here only five type of this essential income expenses. I just talk about the employment income because this is the most of the people no okay. So like example, you issue the pay slip for the salary, wages, EBF, social, commission, allowance, claim, everything, all this kind of the employee income. So you no need to issue the invoice. This one you can refer to the one topic they call employee benefit. Okay, so they will say that as long as this invoice, either normal invoice or e-invoice is belong to the employee benefit, basically you no need to issue e-invoice or no need to sell bill or the meaning on that, but you need to fulfill a few scenario lah. He will mention like let's say example, I'm the salesman. I go to restaurant, right? I go to restaurant, then I will claim this restaurant receipt. The boss will issue the receipt to me. Let's say I go to have the dinner or the lunch with my customer. So after I say I pay this dinner for my customer, then I will bring this receipt to the account department. Then account department found that this is not the e-invoice, it's just normal invoice or the consolidated invoice. Then the account department will ask you, you need to go back to that restaurant and request for e-invoice. Okay, like this. So basically when you go to request, you need to give them your company detail, say that, hey, I want to request e-invoice, can you print to me or not? Because my account department request for it. Then okay, then you put the company detail, they will get the invoice, then you can claim for the company, then account department will release the claim in your payroll. So basically, you need to fulfill a few things. First of all, this person must be your employee. Then secondly is the the receipt in this e-invoice must be your employee name. Number third one, I believe is the e-invoice, either normal invoice. Number fourth one, okay, is this benefit must be written in your employee handbook or your employment handbook, states that this is an employee benefit. So you can refer to the topic called employee benefit. In this topic, you will know more detail. They will give you a lot of example to show you how is it lah. But basically, the government they said if possible, you need to better put this receipt under your company name. So because you see if let's say this e-invoice is put your employee name. So this e-invoice in their e-invoice the server there, LHDN server there, this invoice it belong to your employee, not belong to the company. What if they come to audit, they ask you, they when they come to check your e-invoice, I cannot find your this invoice in my data. Oh, this one is under my employee because this e-invoice in your employee profile in their server. Because the employee was submit by the PIN number or IC number or RC number. So that's why this mention is if possible, try to get the e-invoice under your company name. But somehow some of the scenario you're not able to get you cannot put your company in the invoice, like you go to the hospital clinic. So basically they will write your name, not going to write your company name. So in this case, then as long as you fulfill their requirement, you still can go for it. Okay, so this is a employee benefit. So how is workflow on the e-invoice? Basically here one infograph, then show you my invoice portal or the API, how it's work. Later on we will go more detail about this graph later on. So when you want to use this e-invoice system, then you still got some requirement. So my invoice portal, you need to TIN number either your my card number, I mean your IC number, something same like your e-filing. If you submit your personal e-filing, you can log in by your TIN number or your IC number, right? So I believe it's the same So if you API, so you need the digital certificate. Actually, this one will build in your accounting system or what. Then they will they will link to this LHDN server. That is called digital certificate lah. So in the API, when you are linking, we have three methods to integrate with the LHDN the server. First one is the direct integration of the ERP system or your accounting system. Secondly is the PayPal system. So number third one is the normal PayPal system. So this one, so I will got another class about the e-invoicing. So we will get to know more about what is a PayPal system. So just now we have the infographic about the workflow. So first step is to create an invoice, then submit to LHDN the server. So basically here we got three methods to submit your invoice to this LHDN server. First is the individual creation in the My Invoice portal. It means you key one by one lah, this one by manual lah. So if you go to read their guideline, you will see they got mentioned batch update by itself in My Invoice portal. So it means that because maybe some of the user or my customer, they say, hey, AutoCal or UBS are upgrade to the later version very expensive. Can I still use the old version without any e-invoicing module? Can not? I say can but you need to wait the LHDN, their IT department or this My Invoice portal give you one Excel template you fill in. I mean you export your invoice listing from your system, then you convert into the format the LHDN required, I mean their Excel template, then you just import. Okay, so that is the meaning. So it will more easy than you key one by one. So number third one will be API. Just like I mentioned, API just support two format XML and JSON. So the second step will be validation. It means once you send to this LHDN, this one will be real time. It will be less than maybe 2 or 3 seconds only. So it means when you send this invoice to the LHDN server will feedback either this one is a valid invoice or invalid. Normally invalid it means maybe your TIN number not correct or you some information not complete. I mean missing some of the data they require. So first of all is they will return one in the PDF file from the server. This is My Invoice portal. Second one is they no need to return the PDF to you because they just send you the response. Go to your system. The system will provide what is the status of your invoice. Number third one will be notification. So the LHDN server will send the notification to the buyer and the supplier that this invoice will be validated. So you will see here, you won't see the API because API will be sent the response to this your accounting system, so you can check in your accounting system. So it may not to send the notification, but I believe they still send but in the guideline they didn't mention about it. Okay, because your buyer still need the notification, correct or not? So this one, let them to up their system, then see what is it the API is without any notification or not. So number 4 will be sharing of e-invoice. Definitely you can sharing. You can sharing, send, let's say your customer request for e-invoice, then you can sharing your invoice. Then after you validate, when you validate 5, 6, 7, you can perform rejection or cancellation. So we go to the next step. So you need to know one rules called 72 hours. So you see 72 hours. This one is a very important rules for yours. Because why? Let's say you issue you mean 72 hours will be 3 days. Let's say you issue the invoice on the Monday. Okay? So Monday after, then the Thursday will be more than 72 hours. So you will not able to do any rejection and cancellation after 72 hours. You only can issue CN or DN to adjust this invoice. So within this 72 hours, your customer, they can reject your invoice. You also can perform the cancellation of this invoice. Let's say I give you some example scenario in their guideline. Let's say the buyer, you send the e-invoice, right? After that, you share this invoice to your customer, right? Then the customer found that, your date not correct, your item not correct, your quantity not correct, your unit price not correct. So I reject your this invoice, but within 72 hours. Take note on that. So always remember it's a within. If you are the customer, you receive the invoice from your supplier, you found that your invoice is not correct. Okay, maybe it's an incorrect item description. Then if you after 72 hours, you cannot do any rejection. Same to the supplier. So you issue the invoice to this customer. So you found that this invoice some information not correct, maybe the unit price undercharge or the item code description not correct because maybe your salesperson accidentally select the wrong item. So then you before 72 hours, you cancel it. But you need to inform your customer lah. I will going to cancel this invoice, then we issue another invoice to you. Otherwise, then you need to perform the CN to the customer. Really. So after no cancellation and rejection, this e-invoice will be set into your database. So that's why I said your government, the LHDN, they will collect all your invoice and set into the database for the tax filing purpose. Actually, not only for tax filing purpose, they also can do some analysis. Okay, so so there is two purpose on this e-invoice lah. Then the step 9, the final step. So all the data already set in their server ma. So basically, you can retrieve any report from there lah. So it means you log into your My Info portal to want to know what is my total of the invoice, quantity, invoice I already issue, amount, or any detail, or CN, total of the CN, total of the credit note, total of the refund, total of the cancellation or rejection. So everything you can retrieve from the server lah. So this is the reporting and the dashboard. So in this e-invoice, what kind of the data or field or information need to fill in into this e-invoice? That's why I said just now got the invalid invoice. Maybe you got some of the information incomplete when you send to the government LHDN server. So basically, they will reject your this invoice as an invalid lah, not validated lah. Means so you will see in the white column, all this is a mandatory field. It means compulsory field to fill in. You will see some of the column is a blue color. Then one is an optional field in the invoice. It means you no need to fill in also can. You see here the 1 to 55. It means you have 55 column. If you're using the Excel to fill in, it means you may need to fill in 55 column in your Excel file to submit to the upload into this My Invoice portal. So take note on that is I believe some of you is the freelancer. So you see freelancer normally when you do help your customer to do this account, right? So normally you double entry on it, debit credit. So don't have any unit price, description, classification, quantity, right? So you just double entry. So you may need to change or adjust your working, I mean your method, because you cannot double entry already. Otherwise, you're not able to submit this this invoice to this government LHDN. So you may need to help your client to key in the invoice, then this invoice sent to this LHDN server. Alright, so take note on that. This one will be affect your some of the job scope lah, because it will increase your time and your manpower correct or not? Last time you just double entry only, now no, you need to fill in all the information in this style journal to fulfill this e-invoicing. So take note on that. Hmm? So we talk about e-invoicing, then what kind of the document in this e-invoice? So basically we have three types of this e-invoice. One is the standard invoice, so usually for the B2B. Second one is a consolidated invoice, normally B2C. Basically it's the like just now I mentioned got scenario 1 and 2 ma. Number one is the request for invoice. That is what we call standard invoice. If you not request an e-invoice, so that we call consolidated invoice. That's why it's a B2C. So, and number third one is a self-bill invoice. Later on, we will go to discuss more detail about it. So standard invoice basically same like your current invoice, and you no need to follow exactly their format in this government, the sample they given in the guideline. You still can remain your invoice format. Hmm? But you may need to add the one uh, QR code in your invoice. You see in this sample on the right bottom there, you got the one QR code. It means when you print this invoice to your customer want to check is it this invoice is ready date, they just scan this QR code. You get what I mean now? So basically you don't need to change your format, but you need to ask your programmer or your software dealer help me to add this QR code in your format. Hmm? So that is the standard invoice. It's very easy lah. Just issue invoice on the spot. But for consolidated event, like just now I mentioned, you go to the restaurant, you didn't request any buyer information. I mean, you wouldn't key any information. So that's what we call consolidated event. Something like your uh, GST lah. You see GST when you go to restaurant, if you want to claim GST, you will go to the counter there request for tax invoice full tax invoice but you need to provide your company information, right? Then if you didn't provide your company information, the restaurant will issue the simplified tax invoice, what we call simplified. So same with this e-invoice. Okay. So in the e-invoice, if with the buyer detail, I mean you request the invoice, we call standard invoice. So if you didn't request the e-invoice, we call consolidated invoice. Consolidated invoice, it means since you don't have any buyer detail, so you just can consolidate all the invoice into the one. Because why? You see, mostly you will use this consolidated invoice, what kind of the business like mini market, supermarket, this restaurant, right? So one day, 100 invoice, then I mean, you need to key 100 invoice into their server. So I believe their server will be hanged. So then the government said, okay, you can consolidate all your, let's say just I mentioned 100 invoice to become one. Hmm? So when you were going to consolidate this invoice, you submit the consolidated invoice is the 7 calendar month after the end of the month. It means next month within 7 days. Let's say example, this May got 31 month. So it means you consolidated from the first May until the end of the May into the one invoice with the total amount. Then you need to submit this consolidated invoice within 7 days in the coming month. I mean June. You must submit this consolidated invoice before 7 June. Hmm? So the limitation you see here got the maximum 5 MB, 100 invoice per submission, maximum size. You see they're trying to make it simplified. Then you no need to send so many invoice to their server, otherwise their server cannot code, right? So that is what is the purpose of the consolidated invoice. So in the consolidated invoice, we have three methods to consolidate the invoice. If you refer to their guideline, they will mention three methods. So we go to one by one. The first method will be each receipt in one line. It's separate one line. You see in the cursor, the red cursor there. So one invoice, one line. One invoice, one line. One invoice, one line. Let's say today you got 100 invoice. So you just consolidated become one. It means this consolidated invoice will be 100 line with the total amount. Hmm? Then second method is, I believe most of the software we're going to use the second method is the more easy and the very small memory to consolidate. You see the cursor there, 1110 until 1112. Then you will found that, why 113 missing? Then after that, go to 114. After 114, you will missing another 1115. So, and continuously. So, in the range, so it will be more simple to submit your this consolidate into government. But the problem is, let's say just now I got one example. I go to the restaurant, my receipt. Why the 113 is missing? Because I want to claim with my company. My company request ask me, I want to, because our company want to claim the income tax, you must get the standard invoice from the restaurant so that I will file into my e-filing. Okay. So you mean in their document lah, not e-filing lah. Okay. So you don't need to submit this invoice one. So then when I go to the counter there, I said, hey, my receipt number is 1113. This is my company detail. Can you issue that invoice? Okay, I key in. They will search this 113 receipt, then they key in your company detail. So this 113 no more consolidated invoice anymore. They will become standard invoice already. So in the consolidated, you cannot consolidate standard invoice into the this consolidated invoice. They know on that. So example, like just how if you're using the API software, easy system will help you to detect which one is the standard invoice, which one is the consolidated invoice. What is using the manual my invoice, you key one by one. Let's say you open the restaurant. So you need to think note on that. 113 is a standard invoice. 1115 is a standard invoice. When I do the consolidator, then I need to consolidate like this sample given by this government, this outstanding in their guideline. So it will very tedious when you're using the manual lah. So on that. So number third one is like you see Aeon, KK Mart, there's so many outlet in this Malaysia, right? So you cannot all the outlet consolidate into one. So number third method in the guideline that mentioned is one branches or one location, one consolidated invoice. It means like KK Mart, if they have 100, definitely they more than one. So just example lah. 100 outlet right? When they this month they submit the consolidated invoice, it means they need to submit 100 consolidated invoice to the LHDN. So here I got the example of the consolidated invoice in the XML and JSON format. This one you just I just put it in my side as a example only lah. So definitely we have this consolidated invoice, but some of the pieces will be not allowed. So like automotive, you selling the car, luxury good, selling again like LV and AZ, the LV belong to this category, I'm not sure lah. But you be like the domain, that one I believe is under this category. The most of the my customer concern, I think the market, the concern is the construction. So you see the wholesale and the retailer of construction material also under this listing. So like Mr. DIY, they also their retail shop, they also got selling the construction material. Is it not allowed to consolidate? I don't think so lah. So I believe that this construction not a big industry not allowed to consolidate normally is like it's a big amount like by project lah. Let's say you supply the construction material to this main con, like you are the subcon or you are the retail shop supply to subcon, main con or developer normally is a one part, right? A few 100,000, a few 10,000, 20,000. So I believe this kind of the invoice so big amount, government will not allow you consolidate invoice. But this one need to go to read more, see in the future they will return down. Is it? You mean they will discuss it? Is it your like Mr. DIY? Is it belong to this category or not? I believe it's not lah. Imagine Mr. DIY retail so many transactions. They not only sell the construction material, they only sell toys, right? House, housewife, product. Okay, all this you ask them to not allow to consolidate. I believe he going to die lah. Okay, so when you issue this e-invoice, we also will what happen to scenario is on the spot or the post transaction. So request on the spot, it means like I go to restaurant, I need to request this e-invoice on the spot immediately. I don't want the consolidated invoice. Secondly is I already having my dinner in restaurant. I left already, go back to the home or go back to the office. So can I request later this e-invoice from this restaurant? So that is the meaning. But request on the spot in the this guideline, they got three methods to handle. Okay. Post transaction request only one method. So we go to the infograph, talk about more detail about this situation. So for the on request on the spot online platform, so basically it's very easy. I just issue the invoice to you. Let's say you buy the auto card from me. So I just use my accounting system, ERP system, issue invoice, then you request. This is a very simple one. Second one is a post system. Let's say you go to KKMart, Aeon. So you just not the my invoice portal or the accounting system, then it's the post system terminal. So same lah. Okay, so you can request a receipt on the spot and you issue invoice to your customer. Number third one will be, I believe, is the government going to develop like something like the My Sejarah. So that we call My Invoice mobile app. Okay. AutoCAD will also going to implement, develop the mobile apps we call Post One. So it means let's say you just change your terminal post or your because terminal post and this accounting system it will more complicated right? Like hawker like store, right? You ask the auntie uncle use the computer or in install the one terminal post in their store in the hawker. They say no place, don't have the electricity supply, right? But I believe they have the handphone, right? So then you just download this My Invoice mobile app, then you can issue invoice on the app. I believe this one will be more suitable for the hawker or the some of the small business owner, like very small one. So I believe this one more easy to implement. So just how we have the one post transaction request. This is something like let's say I go to the restaurant, let's say outstation, go to the Johor Bahru. I have having the dinner with my customer. Then I bring this receipt, go back to the KL, here Cheras. Then I claim with my company. Then the accounting must say, oh, this one is not the invoice, you cannot claim. Then I don't think you will go to travel this, do go back to the Johor Bahru just for this invoice, right? No, right? So basically, if you are this restaurant, they have the website or any My Invoice portal, so they develop the website or when they develop the system, so when they print the receipt to you, next time the receipt in the bottom there, they got the one QR code or the one website link, they will say, if you want to request the e-invoice, please scan this QR code or visit our website. Then you go to there, then in the website or this apps or any this link or this QR code lead to their website. Then their website they will ask, please search key in your receipt number. After you key in your receipt number, they prompt the screen to let you to key in your company detail or your personal detail for the invoicing purpose. They key in, then they will email this invoice to you. This is a more easy way to handle to solve your problem. Otherwise, all the customer come back to you, ask for invoice, then you only handle this one, you don't need to cook or don't need to service your customer already. So you can implement this retailer web portal or the mobile app or any website, let your customer, they request their invoice by themselves. If they're facing any problem, then they just call you. But definitely you need to have the customer service. So in the guideline, they also got mentioned about the statement of the view in the period basis. It means like you see here got some example, insurance company, daily communication like our message, they're not going to, let's say you call one telephone, also issue one e-invoice to you, not going to that, right? So they will go after they calculate how many call you call, how many charges you then they just call you, charge you one lump sum. Maybe we go to the example to see. So you just say monthly charges 150 ringgit for this telephone call. So that is the meaning of the e-invoice in the statement lah. So you need to itemize all your charges, then issue this e-invoice. So just now we already know what is the standard invoice and consolidated invoice ma. Just now we have the one e-invoice type we call self-bill e-invoice. Basically, self-bill e-invoice is let's say you don't have the invoice from your this supplier. Okay, so then you can self-bill yourself to prove this income or these expenses. So let's say normally, as long as the scenario happening, it means your activity business, your business activity, here is the got two lists. Two lists. Okay, two lists. Firstly is you pay the commission, do your agent, your dealer, so you need to self-bill. Let's say example, I sell the auto car, then I get the commission. Then auto car will issue commission to me, right? So I won't issue any invoice to you, right? So then the auto car want to prove this expense of the commission, then I need to self-bill. This is the not like the I believe you have one question. My staff commission also need to self-bill. No need. That is the employment income. Remember the exempted income expenses? I say my employment income no need invoice is exempted. So think note, if you issue the commission to your staff, you no need to self-bill. You only need to issue the commission. It's not your employee. Then you need to self-bill. Okay. So another second one, also a lot of customer concern is the foreign supplier. Definitely, let's say you buy the good from the China. The China is have their own e-invoicing China like you import the good from the Singapore. Definitely their e-invoice Singapore is not the e-invoice Malaysia So you won't get any e-invoice from there, right? Because we are in e-invoice you should get the e-invoice from the local customer supplier So you want to prove of this purchase, you need to self-bill. So profit distribution, this dividend or payout, this one, not much people were asking now, but you can recall on that lah. About the e-commerce, actually, this one is the for the buyer for the e-commerce platform like the Shopee, Lazada. This buyer they need to self-bill to the supplier is the driver rider like the Grab car. You see the Grab car, I call the Grab car. So let's say 20% to the Grab car, right? 80% to the driver. So the driver will charge the 80% because they are their income right? 20% is they charge you the transaction fee So the driver not going to issue invoice to the Grab car right? So the Grab car need to prove this of the expenses or also this income, they need to self-bill. So there's a meaning. A lot of the customer or the guideline, they're more concerned on the self-bill is this one. Who is not conducting the business? Why I say that? This one payment to the recorded say issue the repeat one or interest payment, not much people concerned It mean you interest payment, you need to self-bill Okay. Who are not conducting business, meaning is the person provide service to you, then don't have any company, they didn't open company like freelancer. You see, you go to the guideline, they will mention freelancer, they provide accounting service to your company. Let's say you get one freelancer help you to manage your account, to do the account, right? So there are the part-timer, part-time are the like housewife they didn't open the company they want to earn some income to sustain their their living cost because everything increased they don't have income, they want to if the housewife know your wife know how to do account, why not they go to help some company they think don't have any account person, they freelance ma, right? So this one then you were going to issue payment voucher, let's say every month they charge you 500 ringgit. You pay him pay her the 500 ringgit. You will issue payment voucher, then you need to sell bill. Ah. So another example in the guideline also is the tenant and the owner. If let's say you see your office, your apartment, your hostel or your shop, you rent from the owner, ma, right? If let's say the owner have the company, property management company, they issue E1, no problem. But let's say the owner is a personal, don't have any company. So you pay the rental to him. So so then you need to sell bill to prove these expenses of the renter. Mm. So you will see, you study on all these type of the business, in this year you will uh feel that actually government want to catch this kind of the person. You see, when I sell bill to this freelancer, right, or just like pay the commission to the this dealer or the agent, are they going to submit this income in their personal income tax? Maybe not one now. So the government asks you to sell bill. So you sell bill, all their TIN number, their amount, their income will submit to the this LHDN, right? Correct or not? So when you submit your personal income tax, you not submit this income, they also have your this sell bill invoice. So okay, they audit you very easy, because if let's say you didn't report this income in your personal income debt, but in your client they already sell bill your this income to the this e-invoicing, that is happening on the audit file lah. That's why I say this e-invoicing government implement this as one of the purpose is tax filing. So think on that lah. This is my thinking lah, okay, my thinking lah, okay. Not all the expenses or what go to sell bill. I got one customer call me, hey, I don't have e-invoice, all is normal invoice, then I sell bill cannot. No, it's no need, okay. Your account still can put your normal invoice, even though we also have the transition period, because we have the 1 year mean until the next year of this July some of the company no need not achieve this threshold let's say they're in the phase 2 and phase 3, phase 1 implement, phase 2, phase 3 not implement yet so in this transition period normal invoice is e-invoice also accepted. Okay, so if everyone implement this invoice already, uh normal invoice and e-invoice you still can count into your accounting, no impact, you still can do. Just the thing is, the issue is when the auditor have the LHDN, the audit person, I mean the officer, they when before come to the audit, they already have all your data in their server. So if let's say you put your normal invoice in your account, definitely this figure is not in their report So when you report your company income tax, they found that, how you get this figure? Can you prove me or not? Then we found that these are normal invoice. Why you deduct your deduct in your report in your audit report? Then you explain all. Then it's okay. Then no effect lah. If the officer not accept this is incorrect invoice, I'm not allow you to put in your expenses, then you need to pay already lah. So that is a meaning Sell bill also the format same like the standard invoice, just a sample for yours So in this e-invoice, they got one classification code, something like your industry code lah. So like let's say I selling the computer, so the data classification will be 003 lah. You want the full list, you can go to this website to check the full list, more than 100 code inside lah. So you just take note to understand this data classification is the consolidated invoice. You see the consolidated invoice, 004 for consolidated invoice. Let's say example, just now I go back to this listing the code. Let's say I'm selling the computer, but I'm the retail shop. I consolidated invoice. Then all this consolidated invoice, is it still remain in the 003? No already. As long as your receipt or your invoice consolidated already, all the classified as the 004. This is I want to tell you about the data classification. What is the meaning on 004? Maybe in the future when you found it, how come my consolidated all 004 is not 003 anymore? Actually, this is their e-invoice system, their designed by their this LHDN IT department in the system lah. So you see the 006 also one item also very interesting called disbursement. You heard that disbursement also need to issue invoice, man. In their guideline, they say yes or no. It's a very confusing a bit. Okay. Maybe I explain a little bit because most every time I conduct this training, a lot of the student or customer they're asking me about this disbursement reimbursement, how to handle it. Okay, is it need to e-issue invoice? Right? Actually, very easy is if you go to the guideline, disbursement, you know that you issue e-invoice. Reimbursement, you need to issue the e-invoice. It's something same like the concept, the tax concept, accounting concept, same like the GST. You see, a GST also same. The disbursement, no need to issue tax invoice. Reimbursement, you need to issue tax invoice. You see the e-invoicing also similar with the GST. That's why a lot of customer, some my friend they say, yeah, e-invoice implement after a few years GST will come back. That is a very okay. So it's mm, the sometimes we talk about the invoice among my customer, a lot the story to tell on a job lah, like the 72 hour 3 days one, right? I got one friend told me that then I issue all the invoice on the Friday. I said why? You see Saturday, Sunday and no working and my customer Monday come back then no chance to cancel their invoice anymore or reject the invoice anymore because over 72 hours already I told him you're not going to all the invoice issue on the Friday, right? It not make sense lah. But this is a joke or the story to tell you that lah. And because a lot of customer very creative one. Every time the government implement some new system they have a lot of the idea creation creative to how to implement in their business system So you see in this disbursement okay, when you go to the guideline there, they will give you one example, like example, you import the good, right? Normally, who will help you to declare your good from the custom shipping company, right? So shipping company will help you to pay the custom duty or any some of the fees, okay, agent fee or what. So let's say example, supplier one, they mentioned in the example is supplier one charge you 100 ringgit on this custom duty. Okay, I mean custom when you import good lah. So your shipping company will go to declare your good from the customer, right? So they will pay 100 ringgit to this custom. So something like the GST era lah, we call pay on behalf. So this we call pay on behalf. So pay on behalf is not happen any business. It's pay on behalf, right? It's not the business one. So you just pay the 100 to the supplier too. That's all. So you don't need to issue e-invoice. But in the guideline, they also got mentioned is, let's say example, this supplier too also want to earn their salary, right? They help you to declare. So they may charge you 150. So reimbursement already 50 ringgit, maybe is their commission or what lah, or their working fee lah, help you to declare lah, their service charge lah. So this reimbursement, then you need to issue this e-invoice already lah. But if let's say he's maybe split bill or combined bill, they say 100 ringgit one invoice. and another one is 50 ringgit is reimbursement invoice to you. You may need to issue the invoice. That's why you see in this data crisis, they got 1006. It means that in your invoice, you got the charges is a disbursement. Okay, you may need to use the 006. Hmm? So this is the 004 consolidated invoice. So thank you. So because basically all my slide here is a refer from the LHDN. The LHDN so far got upload two guideline. One is a guideline, one is a specific guideline. So I just write down or combine these two guideline and just write some main point on it. Main point I didn't mention of main point. If you want to more detail, you go to download the guideline to study in detail. So I just mentioned about the main point or what is the e-invoice so that you understand what is the e-invoice. I believe some of the customer or you are still, bro, what is the e-invoice? What is the e-invoice? Why I need to implement this, right? So now you know lah. After this, my classes. Thank you for watching. So, and hopefully in the future, when we implement this e-invoice, we have the chance I conduct this training. So thank you to everyone. So I'm going to end this